everyone, it's Mama's Comedy Show.
Hey! Woohoo!
Hey, everybody. It's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show, and with me is Cousin Ali.
Hello, everyone.
And Cousin Kenneth.
Fuck yeah.
And Cousin Melanie.
Hello.
So we had Josh just intro the show.
Yes.
Which that was really important that we do that so people know he's still alive
Yes, very much so.
after last week's podcast.
What happened last week's podcast?
So
Did you
Beth
try to kill Josh?
was on the
Yes,
podcast.
with her sexual stories.
oh, that's
Her sexual
You know what's crazy?
conquests.
I was here
Yeah.
last week. I remember now.
Yeah, so Beth was on the podcast for her birthday, and we played Never Have I Ever, and Beth admitted to like all these crazy sexual things, and Josh was just sitting in the back cutting himself with each one that she said.
Yes.
Beth, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling.
No, we all
Josh,
knew.
I
Oh,
would
we
have
all
guessed.
know.
I would
We
have
all
guessed.
know.
She was 20
Yeah.
years old once and had 20 inches in her all at once.
Wow.
So how you guys doing?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But good, I guess.
Well, you're about to open a new theme park.
Yeah, I'm there all the time, and then still doing my night gigs. So
wow.
it's I'm tired.
Yeah.
Doing that hustling?
Mad hustling.
I am.
good.
I'm going to the preview on Friday, next Friday
Yes.
afternoon.
It's
I'm
ready
going-
so soon?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting team member previews. I'm going Monday.
I mean, it's not completely done. There's
See,
still a
so
lot of
like
construction done.
on that, and I was saying this to Ali. Friday was the only day that my assistant could go as well, and so we said, all right, we're going to go on Friday. But the reason I didn't want to go Sunday or Monday is that I feel like there's going to be so many things that are just kind of not ready, or they're going to be getting their bearings.
No, I'm going to tell you right now, we've been doing soft opening for the past couple of weeks anyway,
Yeah.
with different worlds coming in, management,
Yeah.
different types of things. So we've had a couple of weeks of a lot of meet and greets and
Right.
running of shows.
Not just
and
you in
things like-
particular, but I
No.
have heard shows like just the other day, a preview to a show where they stopped it 4 times in the show because
Yeah.
of technical difficulties.
Yes.
Ooh.
And that's what I'm hoping that by next week.
Yeah.
We'll,
No, that
Are
won't.
there
That's going to happen.
rehearsals
Yeah.
during these soft openings? Like, is there
Yes.
time there's time to fix stuff?
Yeah, we still have rehearsals. Like, no, we're not considering it shows.
Oh.
Like, there are certain things that are like the full
Like a
tech.
dry run?
No, like the tech element is still there, like visible, fully visible,
okay.
what you could see.
Yeah.
And like there are times, I went by the live show outside, and they were like, "Okay, let's stop. Let's try that again." You were like, it's still rehearsals, but you could see it.
I remember doing shows at a theater in Jacksonville called the Alhambra Dinner Theater. It was one of the few equity dinner houses in Florida at the time as a dinner theater. And when we would do our press night, that was technically like a final dress rehearsal that they would invite the press to for media.
Yeah.
And the director would always come out and he would always say, "Hey, if there's a train wreck, just know I'm going to stop the show." Never once did I have them, or did I see them stop the show. But I remember in my head going, it made me as an actor feel a little bit better that there was like the training wheels were on. Like if something happened, they could stop the show.
right.
And it didn't matter. The audience knew that was going to happen. But they never did. And I mean, I've been in some shows where some crazy shit. Are you familiar? You're familiar with Big River, right?
Yeah.
The Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn.
Yeah.
Huck Finn show, and there's a funeral scene, and the way that our stage worked, the stage itself, you could rearrange it. So for one scene where there's this funeral, the stage was positioned in a way so that there was a hole in the middle of the stage that perfectly fit a coffin, and we're carrying this coffin has got ropes, and we're holding it up by ropes, and throughout the scene we walk. And then we slowly lower it into the ground. We're all sad because of the person who died, and we're carrying the coffin over to the hole, and just one of the ropes just snaps, and this coffin falls like into the hole, and it hits with so much force that the coffin pops up and the casket lid opens. and you see the mannequin that's in there, and one of the actors backstage stuck his headshot on the face of the mannequin, and you can just see it. And this was like an actual run with like a full house of paid people. And so someone closed the lid. And I mean, we're all trying so hard not to laugh. And disguising laughter for crying actually is really good because you can kind of, but I had real tears streaming down my face.
God.
Did you have to have an actual mannequin in there? Was that necessary?
No, probably not.
Necessary? Is it necessary to drink my own urine? No, but it's sterile and I like the taste.
Yeah. See that? Ollie drinks piss.
Yeah.
Why didn't you bring that up last week?
No. He drinks his own piss.
Thank you.
Right.
He's classy.
That is a quote
and
from
recyclable.
the Oscar award-winning Dodgeball.
You know that they say that like you can drink your own piss, but only if it's fresh.
Yes.
Like you can't pee in a jug.
I did not know they said that.
All right. Well, come here. No.
You just said your
Here,
own.
Todd will show you how it works.
So I love when things go wrong in a show.
Right.
So, and it completely changed that show.
All right.
I mean, the emotion, everything from there.
Yeah.
I was doing, and I may have said this story, I may have told this story on this podcast before. If I did, sorry. I was doing Of Mice and Men. And we're getting
A hilarious show to begin
Yes.
with.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I was George, and we were there, and we get to that scene. You keep looking across the river, Lenny. You keep looking. And I go to raise my gun, and it goes, click. No shot, no nothing. Just click.
Hold on, Mike. Do you know what scene he's talking about? Do you know the show of Mice and Men? So it's important, like just the context of it. Are they brothers?
No,
Or
they're just friends. Like,
friends, and one is like special needs.
special needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is with Gary Sinise and John Malkovich.
Yeah, and the intelligent guy has to kill the special needs guy because he kills a girl, right?
Yeah, accidentally. Because he doesn't know his own strength, and he just wanted to hold her and calm her down.
And they're strong, like 10 men.
Oh, God damn it.
Those people.
So we're getting to that scene, the iconic. It's silent in the theater. Click. My buddy Jason, who was playing late, turns around. I go, no, you keep looking. You keep looking out there, lady. I tried again. Click. Nothing. And then I beat the shit out of him with the gun because he has to die. Hit him with the gun in the back of the head. It's not working. That completely changed that entire fucking play.
And your relationship with that actor.
Well, he's dead too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to
Actually,
worry
There's
about that.
there's a joke. God, I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's a CIA training, and they have 3 candidates who have made it to the finals to be in the CIA, and each one goes into the boss's office one at a time, and the boss is standing there. He says, on the other side of that door is your wife. And then he puts a gun on the counter, says, we need you to go in there and prove your loyalty by shooting your wife. So the first guy picks up the gun. He goes into the other room, and then there's a long pause, and then the guy comes out and he puts the gun down and says, I can't do it. I love my wife. I can't kill her. And then the CIA director says, get the fuck out of here. You don't have what it takes. Second guy walks in, puts the same gun down on the counter, and says, I want you to kill your wife. She's just in the other room. So the guy picks up the gun, walks into the other room. After a few seconds, he comes back out crying. And he's like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And the CIA director says, yeah, go fuck yourself. You don't belong here. And the guy's like, well, why would you have me kill my wife? And the CIA director says, you idiot. It's a blank in the gun. Like, we don't want you to kill your wife. We just want to know that you'll follow orders. But you still didn't make the cut. Get the fuck out of here. Well, the third guy walks in. CIA director puts the gun down in front of him and says, your wife is on the other side of that door. We want you to go in there and shoot her. The guy picks up the gun, walks into the other room. 3 seconds later, bang! And then a commotion. And then after a few minutes, the guy walks back out and says, some asshole put blanks in there, so I had to beat her to death.
Oh, shit.
Ew.
he got the job.
Oh, man.
I think that was the gist of it. I haven't told that joke in forever.
Yeah, you kind of gave away the punchline, though, in the beginning,
I
in the middle of
also
it.
didn't know that there was just like rounds of CIA work.
They call them
Initiation,
Yeah.
auditions.
You know, I saw a documentary called Men in Black, and they had the whole same thing, audition.
Yeah.
They had a nice audition for it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and when they're raiding houses, as part of the training, they call that rehearsals.
Yes.
It's the day of the show, y'all.
It's the day of the show.
There's
Dress rehearsal, put on your tie.
we have a terrorist in this building. It's the day of the show, y'all.
We're going to the show.
I've got your back.
All right. We got 5. Thank you, 5.
So Kenny,
Yeah.
we've talked about Ali's training in at the new place. How was your week?
It's going good. I actually just celebrated my 20th anniversary at the parks.
Wow.
Been there 20 years.
Holy God.
Yeah. Got a new laptop out of it, too.
Oh,
Did
there
you?
you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
What kind?
An Acer.
Oh,
From,
Oh, God, that was
from
$6.
the parks or just because you decided to treat yourself?
No, it was my 20-year present from the company.
That's nice.
Treat yourself.
so the company. We don't have to say the name,
No.
but the company you get points like reward points if people want to thank
Yes.
you for something or if they think you did a good job or something. They give you points.
Yeah.
I never touch my points.
That's a thing?
Yeah. So I looked up my points the other day. I have 10,000 points.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Wait, so people like you at the parks and they're like, I'm just going to go.
Not a fan. Team. Somebody who works there.
Yeah.
So if you go to a place of business and an employee helps you and you really like them, you can go to like an area or a manager and say, "Hey, this person really helped me, and I really like them. Thank you." And then they'll give them like points to put, and then they can use those points to buy stuff.
Or if you work there, you could just sit there and go, Kenny was great. He really helped me out. I can go into my own app and then reward Kenny.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's a normal amount of points for
Like
a good
5,
deed?
Like 5,
10 points.
5 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
Wow.
Yeah. I have
So Todd, who are you
10,000.
sucking up to?
I
Sucking
got
off
6,000.
everyone.
I mean,
Yeah.
For
What do you
10,000 points, I get 1 Melanie back rub.
Oh,
I don't
God.
know who put that in the system, but it's in there.
That sucks.
I cash
You are
those
way
in.
overpaying.
I have
don't-
6,000 points.
I don't
I
even
can
know
get a
these
big
points
old jar of
existed.
Beth's pickles.
She weighs 34 pounds. You're not going to put a lot of pressure on your back rub.
That's okay. They got the bamboo poles that she while she's standing on you, she's pressing down. Melanie, how was your week?
I'm still trying to understand what you get for 10,000 points.
You can get I can get like $100 gift card
Yeah.
or
Why don't you do that?
well, because if I wait just another 20 years, I could have 20,000 points.
Yeah.
And that's when I retire.
And
then
that's when the big
Due to the
bucks
current
roll
state of the
in.
world, you'll get a $5 gift card at that
yeah.
Yeah.
So Melanie,
How was my
aside from ignoring everyone in your life for the
Yep.
past week, how have you been?
point. Yeah, no, I definitely have had one of those weeks where I've just not responded to any text message or any communication from anybody. So I assume most people think horrible things are happening. I'm just stressed.
So her cat had a seizure. You mentioned that on the podcast,
two,
right?
Two seizures.
Her cat
I have
had two
not.
seizures.
We have not discussed that.
Oh, well, spoiler alert. So I reach out to her to say, hey, how's your cat? And I don't hear anything. And my first thought is, oh, okay, she's busy.
Yeah.
So I ask her a few days later, hey, how's your kitty? Still nothing. And then I immediately go, her cat died. And
Yeah.
every time I send her this text message, she's
Yeah.
crying.
That is a very logical
So I sent
assumption.
5 more text messages.
I'm going to get caught up. It's going to happen.
So was this a conscious thing? You just took a week off?
No, it was just like there was too much and there was too many things and there was too many emails and too much work.
Are
and
you
too many
autistic?
things. Who knows?
I think we all are a little
and
bit.
so
In
I
this
just
day and
was
age,
like,
we all could be, yeah.
I was just like, I can't keep up with it all. So I just didn't answer a bunch of text messages or emails.
Wow. Hey, that's good for you. I mean, being cunty is nice. You get that relief.
Yeah.
It's good.
So I'm going to get caught up. Everything's going to be fine. I'll say sorry.
He doesn't
in every
care
message.
now.
Yeah,
Like,
now
I already answered Todd.
yeah. Actually,
Today.
she did
It was today.
Today at like 4:30, and
Yes, accurate.
I was at that point. I was packing up everything into my car, so I didn't see it until she came in here, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on? Why do you hate me?" And she's like, "I texted you."
like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
I don't hate anyone. Am I the only one that has that happen once in a while? No?
No, not for a week. I try to get back to you. There are times where I'll forget, like the ADHD is great, but if you send me an email or a text and I'm like in the middle of doing something and I see it, I go, oh, cool, let me finish this. But as soon as I finish that, I've completely forgotten that you texted me.
Yeah.
So that happens, but I've never sat there and gone, "Nah, I'm not answering you."
Well, you know what I do is you know how you can mark a text message as unread?
Yeah, I learned that today.
I do that as a reminder.
Yeah.
You know,
if there's someone I want to respond to, but because if what I used to do all the time was like you would text me and I read the text and I'll go, oh, I'll text him about that later because I'm in the middle of something, and then I never think of it again.
You forget. Yeah, so it's not like it was intentional. Like I'd see a text and be like, I'm not answering them.
No, I feel like it was
would be
intentional.
like my phone would be down because I had a whole bunch of work and stuff this week, and then I'd pick it up and there'd be like 40, and I would just go, and I would just put my phone back down again.
You know what we should all do?
Like, I never looked at them. I just picked it up and went, oh no, and then I just put it down.
We should all like text Melanie a lot more. Like we should all send her multiple text messages every day. Look at them immediately pulling out their phones.
Everybody stop. It was just one of those weeks where like I worked all day and had an evening gig, and then I wasn't getting enough. No, I don't know who that is.
Well, it's your number now.
And just like I wasn't getting enough sleep and I couldn't keep up, and something had to fall through the cracks, and it was all communication.
I've been trying to make it a point to sleep at all.
Good.
Well, no, I have a terrible habit of sleeping. I have a terrible sleep schedule. And like tomorrow morning, I work early. Melanie, could you get off your phone for one?
Everyone's texting me.
One goddamn minute. Jesus.
Oh,
no, I work early tomorrow morning, and I'm not going to get home till late.
Yeah.
And so, but I tried Muffin was at the emergency vet last night, and so I didn't go to bed till late. And I thought, okay, well, I can at least sleep in. I don't have anything in the morning. But sure as shit, I woke up at 7 to be like, I got to go check on her.
Yeah.
And she was fine, little bitch.
Listen, every time the cat that has a seizure now just like looks at me, I'm like, you good? And then I have to follow him around for 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's like, no, I've acquired a taste for your finger.
Yeah, it still gets weird tingles.
You're becoming a cat person.
Yeah.
Oh, here's where, our old 18-year-old cat got me at the vet visit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Good times.
Yeah.
The puppy, Beanie, had to go to the vet today to get a couple of shots, and apparently she had a negative reaction to them. And just like I get a text from my assistant, part-time assistant, and like, okay, Beanie is whining so much, is in pain, like it hurt her to walk.
Oh shit.
And so I'm taking her back to the vet, and so they had to give her some Benadryl and ibuprofen, and they're like, okay, so what we're going to do next time, she's obviously having reactions to the shots. We'll give her the Benadryl first and then give her the shots. And I was like,
get her drunk.
Yes, honestly.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of meds, I have to just sing the praises that are medications. So for a long time, for most of my life, I was undiagnosed ADHD.
Right.
And when you're a Gen Xer, you grew up and they just told you were lazy.
Yeah.
You're just lazy, or
it could be both.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So I was put on Adderall for like a week. So I never really got the benefits of it. Mm-hmm. And then I now have insurance thanks to the new park.
Yeah.
And so I went to my doctor and they said, are you still on Adderall? I said, they took me off at like a week. Do you want it? And I go, yes, please. I would like to try it and see what happens. She goes, yeah, I can do that. Let's re-up your prescription. Let's do that.
Give Melanie one.
Oh God, you'll die. I'm going to tell you right now.
Why? Why would I die?
At first, I was like, I'm more energetic. But I started noticing that I'm not, looking someone in the eyes, and already wandered off. As they're talking to me, telling me shit, I'm not wandering off. I was like, I noticed that. But the biggest thing I've noticed is I have started so many scripts or things like that, have the idea, and then I stop. The past 3 days, I have mapped out my screenplay, the one that I really want to do, the movie. I've written like 4 or 5 scenes. I had dinner just now and was still writing. Like I was writing. I was like, holy shit, this is working. I'm like, I'm like a different person when it comes to focus.
Is that
now.
one of the ones that they're taking away now?
God, I hope not.
Was that RFK Jr. wants
I
to
feel
take
like
away?
they're taking away everything.
Well, he wants to take away-
Doctor
I wouldn't be surprised
RFK
if they tried
Jr.
to.
Doctor.
Put some respect on that.
He's taking away antidepressants
Yeah.
and mood stabilizers.
Fun for me because I'm on those.
Yeah, I was like, really? You want unstable people angry with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, here's one thing we can all agree on. It's great to see so many kids with measles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in New
That one
Jersey now.
kid's death was very inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Cheryl Hines, how the fuck do you fuck
Isn't
this
that
guy?
She's from here.
mind-boggling?
Yeah, she used to work at Sleuths.
Yeah, she did. She worked
Oh,
at
I did
Sleuth.
not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that she
How the
just-
fuck do you
I
fuck him?
assumed she was normal.
She found a way.
But
No.
didn't she
and
leave him?
Still,
I don't know.
I think she left because it didn't just come out recently that he was having like an affair.
I
and-
thought she was at all of his confirmation swearing in thingamajigs. Wasn't she there for all of them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's.
I don't know.
I think they're still together.
I've been
Yeah.
so busy, I
Cheryl
don't
Hines
watch anything.
file for
Like,
divorce
I
against.
can't.
RFK.
That's part of the like extra stress where I can only handle so much of like my phone and stuff right
Yeah.
now is just the world. And so every time I pick it up, I'm also getting like a new message, a new article, a new something. So I just like have been putting it down, which is also why I can't respond to your text messages. Also, to Kenny, to answer yours, I'm doing a podcast. Ali, fine.
Good.
Good.
You
I'm
accepting
glad-
I'm glad your
text
kitty
messages?
cat is
Hear from
fine.
you.
What?
You're accepting text messages during a podcast, but
yeah.
you
I know.
couldn't answer me all week.
I know,
I just answered them
unprofessional.
right now. You want me to read what I sent you out loud?
Yes, I want you to read it instead of the dead air that we're listening to.
Anyways, I apologized at least twice in that one, so I'll be apologizing to everyone I know over the next few days. I don't know. It's just the time of the world.
Yeah,
Like,
it's.
social
I've had
media's
to
rough. Everything's
stop looking at social media.
Yeah.
Really, like I just anytime it comes up, I'm like done. I hit the X and
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to see this shit. I don't
Yeah.
want to see it because it just makes me angry.
Yeah.
I just.
I mean, I'm
can't.
seeing.
The text messages are just, don't watch the news today. And I'm like, don't text me that, because then I pick up my phone.
Yeah. Well, that's
wanna
on
know.
you. You were warned.
What?
What?
Yeah, you know better, Melanie. Come on.
Come on.
Oh no!
Oh.
Cheryl Hines seems to be quashing the rumors that as she stood solidly next to her husband, Robert F.
Yes.
Kennedy Jr. at his Senate confirmation hearing.
How?
Yep.
Why is she
what
like
a
that?
dick.
Wow.
I guess you know.
I am so pro medicine and vaccines. Like some people are like, let me look up the side effects, and I'm like, let's just try it. Let's just see what happens.
Well, my favorite was like there's one thing with the COVID vaccine that people are like, it increases your chance of this heart condition, and it was like, and I'm like, oh yeah, what else increases your chance of that same heart condition by 1,000%? Actually getting COVID.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
you can take the smaller percentage now,
Yep.
or you can really fuck yourself. And like I know so many people now that have had long COVID, and I mean people who have to get a lung transplant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just don't fuck around with it.
It's
No.
it's insane.
And
I'm
now
like,
there's
how many COVID vaccines can I get before they take them away?
Oh yeah.
How
Oh,
many?
they're about to be done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get all. I'm collecting them like the Infinity Stones.
Right.
Once I get them all,
Can I put them in my own freezer?
there
Will
was
they let me?
a science podcast that I was listening to, and this was when the whole anti-COVID vaccine thing was first kind of going around. And one of the guys on the podcast said, I think it was the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone say.
The hell was that?
Is that COVID calling?
Hi.
No, that was last week's podcast.
This is Ali Flores.
No, but he was like, you know what we should do is we should just say that there's like a 1 in a million chance of developing superpowers from it. And I went, oh, you know how many idiots would then be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm signing up. What superpower do you want?
Say, what superpower?
No, then it would be people were like, dude, Vought finally released V.
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Do you know how many people would think they could fly and would just
Yes,
end in horrible
would.
things?
let's. You know what? I would tell them if someone
Gladly.
if someone believed that they had superpowers from the COVID vaccine and they were standing on a roof and they said, I can fly, I would say, you cannot fly, but you can float.
For a brief moment in time.
Because we all float down here.
I would say, you cannot fly, but give it a shot, dude. Let's see. Because we need less of your stupidity in this world.
There's a great...
It's a theory. It's not proven. So I can assume that they can't fly, but I cannot prove it until they try.
Well, I saw a Disney movie back in the day called The Boy Who Could Fly. And what it turns out to be is you just have to believe hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a... Oh, shit. What was it? What was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, what do you... Ali, are you the...
My hip is sending, like, I think there's a nerve.
Did you just age 50 years while standing?
Well, I'm
like
standing
a
every
sciatica
day.
thing?
I'm standing every day.
Yeah.
And when I was working on the Hollywood Public Works, I started to get numb in my extremities and stuff. And they were like,
That's not good.
why are you, like the doctor's like, so it's a little numb on your quads? I go, yeah, a little numb, like when I scratch stuff. He goes, it's weird. You're young. You're 30 years old. You should not be experiencing this. Are you a construction worker? And I go, no. He goes, because a lot of construction workers or police officers, they wear very heavy belts around their waist, and that starts to pinch nerves. And I go, I'm not a construction worker, but I kind of pretend to be one at Hollywood Public Works, and that belt is pretty heavy. And he goes, that's it. It's pinching. It's already done the damage.
Worker, real injuries.
It's like it did that. And I go, so how do we fix that? And he goes, you don't. He goes, that's just your life now.
You live with that shit.
But right now, I'm like, it's shooting over here in this.
A buddy, I think you know John as well. He, like I've known him for so long, and he made a post on Facebook the other day about why do people take stairs when there's a perfectly good elevator right there?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And I made a comment on it, and I was like, I 100%, especially if it's 1 or 2 floors, I will only take the stairs.
Yeah.
And
Fires.
when I take stairs, I go 2 steps at a time. Like I always run upstairs. And I had someone ask me, like, why do you do that? And I was like, because one day I won't be able to. And so the more I do this, the longer I will have that I can still be functional and run upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. Like when I take kids, I take 2 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
2 at a time.
Yeah. Because you don't know if one's going to survive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the flip side of this conversation, if you're no longer wearing the heavy belt, have you tried muscle relaxers?
Oh, I've done muscle. Yeah, I do all drugs.
Josh
Well, I meant for your numbness.
Josh took a muscle relaxer on accident the other night.
Oh, I heard.
And fell asleep in a movie. And then his mom just fondled his balls.
She talks about it in the last podcast. Watch it. Listen to it.
Yeah.
All right, we should
Good times.
we should start wrapping things up. Ali,
Yes.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that you can acquire 10,000 points even if you're a douchebag. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, real easy.
Yeah.
It's called acting. Kenny, what did you learn tonight?
I've learned that if we can probably solve a lot of this country's problems if we can just convince most of them that they can fly.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me do the...
Snaps.
Melanie,
Snap.
Hi.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that I should feel more guilty than I already do for not answering text messages.
I thought that was, isn't Jewish guilt a thing? Aren't
I'm
you
not
supposed
so much at practicing.
Isn't that why they call it a guilt-to-fish or something?
Guilty.
Guilt-to-fish?
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 It's gefilte
Yeah,
fish,
see?
but
Guilty
guilty fish.
fish.
It makes sense.
Something.
And I learned something tonight, too.
Oh, right, you.
Melanie hates everybody. All right, we're Mama's Comedy Show. We are here every Friday night at 9 p.m. Go to www.mamaschomedyshow.com or orlandoshitshow.com. Ali, where can people find you?
You can find me at A. Ali Flores Comedy on all the social medias. Kenny.
Find me on Facebook, Instagram, here eating these fucking amazing nachos.
What's on your nachos?
These nuts.
Chicken, blackened chicken.
Grayson, can I get blackened chicken nachos? Nice. Melanie, where can people find you?
Don't. I won't answer.
You can find my books on Amazon. just search for Todd Farron on Amazon. You'll have a blast. And honestly, hey, here's something that I was going through all of my accounts and stuff. If only 250,000 people buy one of my books this week, I can get the fuck out of this country.
Can you
Don't
use your
leave.
10,000 points?
Yes, no, I'll leave those on the table. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.